minus cos squared theta over sec squared theta minus 1 is equal to 1 minus sin squared theta, right? So I want to show that this is equal to this. Now what you need to know here is the basic properties. So if you know those basic identities we discussed in the first and second video, you won't have any problem to do with this. So I encourage you to pause the video, go back and watch the videos, and then you can proceed. Okay, so here you need to remember one identity here. You need to remember that tan, okay, this is very important. You need to remember that tan theta, right? That tan theta is equal to sec, right? Tan theta is equal to sec squared. In fact, it should be tan squared theta is equal to sec squared theta, right? Minus 1. So you need to remember this identity. Okay, you can watch how we derived this identity. So that's what we are going to use here. Okay, and then we also know that sine, okay, let me write it here. The other identity you need to know is that sine squared theta, right, is equal to 1 minus cos squared theta, right? So all these are basic identities that we have discussed. So just make sure you watch the videos. You can scroll up and watch the videos. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you won't be missing out. Alright, so let's get started here. So to prove this identity, we can take this side, okay, that is we can take the left hand side. So in the left hand side we have 1, right? Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, let's just copy this, okay, so that we can copy our questions and see it properly there. So this is our question. Now we can solve. So we are going to substitute. Okay, remember 1 minus cos squared theta is same as sin squared theta, right? So we are going to substitute the top part by sine squared theta, right? Now divide by we're going to substitute the bottom part by tan, because sec squared theta minus 1, when you check here, okay, this is same as tan squared. So we have tan squared theta, right? Yes, so this is what we have. Okay, now here again you can substitute. We have sine, but we know that tan can be substituted again. We know that sine squared theta, what we have there, over tan can be substituted by sine squared theta, right? Divide by cos squared theta, right? So we know that this alone here is tan, right? So this represents tan. So we have just substituted tan theta by sin squared theta over cos squared theta, right? Okay, so I just wanted you to see that it's not part of our solution, so let's remove it. Someone might get confused. Okay, now what we have here can be written as sine squared theta, right, over, okay, let's do this. That's sine squared theta times sine, right? That's sine squared theta times, so if we multiply there, it's same as having cos squared theta divided by sine squared theta, right? Okay, now look at this. You can apply cancellation rule. Sine and sine goes, you're going to remain with cos squared theta, right? But what is cos squared theta? Okay, we know that cos squared theta, right, plus, so this is an identity I'm trying to remind you of, plus sine squared theta is equal to 1, right? Now if you make cosine the subject of the formula, you are going to get cos squared theta, right, is equal to 1 minus sine squared theta, right? Okay, so if this is an identity, then if cos, this cosine is equal to 1 minus sine x, then what we have here, cos squared theta is nothing but equal to 1 minus sine squared theta, right? So we have proved that this part here, right, is equal to what we were asked to show. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for some more videos. See you.